Dito Telecommunity admits the COVID-19 pandemic has adversely affected year one of its rollout as the Philippines' next major telco player. But it isn't letting the delays change its commitment to make its services commercially available to the public by March 2021. During a Senate hearing, Dito's Chief Administrative Officer Adel Tamano revealed that they have only completed 300 sites. 1,300 sites are needed to provide 37% of the Philippine population with a minimum internet speed of 27 megabits per second. This has sparked concerns the new competitor of the incumbents PLDT and Globe might fail to even launch. But Dito Telecommunity Chief Technology Officer Rodolfo Santiago says they can easily make up the difference provided construction is not delayed further by any tightening of quarantine conditions. Santiago adds contractors are having a hard time as delays add to their costs, but Dito doesn't expect this to have an impact on its budget of 150 billion pesos for year one.
Hindi naman yan ipapasa sa amin, di ba? For us naman, I think there is minimal impact.
And we haven't had any request for renegotiation of any contracts.
Tamano, meanwhile, clears up the issue on the technical review of Dito by a third party. The audit was originally scheduled for next week to check up on Dito's rollout progress. But Tamano stresses the government, through the National Telecommunications Commission, granted their request for a 6-month extension, moving it to January. Former Department of Information and Communications Technology Undersecretary Eliseo Rio earlier said missing the scheduled audit this July would count as a failure and would trigger a remediation period wherein Dito would have to catch up on its commitments. But Tamano insists this is not true.
What we do have to communicate very clearly is that you remediate shortcoming, hence the term remediation. You remediate or you correct the mistakes that you made, which is completely different from a case of a fortuitous event, which is in this case, right? So the COVID, we could not invoke remediation for COVID.
Rio says he was not aware Dito had requested for an extension of the audit, but stresses he would have been correct if the NTC had not granted Dito an extension. DICT Secretary Gregorio Honasan, for his part, remains confident Dito will be able to provide telecom services to the public by March. He also commends Dito for conducting domestic and international phone and video calls as early as March 2020. Dito, however, admits it is still at the mercy of the COVID-19 pandemic, which is the primary reason why the NTC granted the extension. Warren de Guzman, ABS-CBN News.